Previously on Super Serial Podcast.
We're talking about Lucky Charms.
You don't like the marshmallow? Who are these people?
Clearly they are fans of Alphabets.
I was like, game changer. Red balloons.
I just paid $4.99 for a bowl of cereal.
It is Bismarcky. Is chilling for Lucky Charms. Oops, all marshmallows.
And I felt like it was a moment where I could do like that frosted mini wheats. It was like, well, you know, it's the first ingredient's whole grain, but the kid in me loves the 37% sugar.
Don't trust your government, kids. They're being funded by big cereal.
All right, folks, we're back for our special second half double episode.
You'll notice that we didn't advertise anything for Nature Box or for Harry's Razors or anything like that.
MeUndies.
Squarespace. None of those things.
Squarespace. Not Squaresoft. Squaresoft is the software the game company, right?
They're now called Square Enix. But yeah, any of those. Square Enix, if you want to advertise with this, hey, I'll be happy to sample some of your products.
Absolutely. I think I can plug in my old Amiga computer and just see what we can do here. Hey, folks, this is Paul.
And this is Nick.
And this is Serial.
Serial!
It only makes sense that we would follow up with these next cereals on our special double episode. There is a special line of cereals that General Mills puts out, the Monster cereals.
Monster cereals.
I feel like Bill Hader could have been a good guest on this one. He does that voice really well. So there are... You know what I'm talking about, right? The Monster cereals.
Oh, okay. Count Chocula.
There you
Blueberry,
go.
The wolf one, Frankenberry.
Yeah, good call. Yeah. So there are 5 Monster cereals, 3 still being produced. So you've got Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry, and then the 2 discontinued flavors were Fruit Brute. And then Fruity Yummy Mummy.
Ah, yes.
So let's go all the way back to the beginning. Count Chocula came out in 1971. Chocolate cereal with chocolate marshmallows.
Right. The devil's cereal.
The devil's cereal. Now, let me tell you something. Chocolate Lucky Charms, I think, is better than Count Chocula because of the flavor of the cereal. So the chocolate Lucky Charms cereal is like that denser oat texture, whereas the Count Chocula is more like the puff. I prefer the chocolate Lucky Charms, but so Count Chocula is a vampire, obviously, and the voice of Count Chocula in all of the commercials,
the monstrously good part of a complete breakfast,
is a spoof of Bela Lugosi, of course.
Children of the night, what music they make.
Who is the classic, I want to suck your blood, like the classic vampire. And I noticed that a lot of these have a spoof voice.
Sure.
So also in 1971, Frankenberry, which is strawberry cereal with strawberry marshmallows. And his voice is a spoof of Boris Karloff, who is the classic horror movie actor who did the Frankenstein movies. I don't know how he sounds, though.
Yeah.
Except for the like, which is like when Frank is, it's alive! But that's the other guy. Oh my God, that's Boris Karloff. Fun fact, in 1972, it was made with an indigestible pigment.
Really?
That made your poop pink.
Fun fact indeed. That must have been worrying to a lot of people.
It's 1972. I'm feeding my child garbage for breakfast, and he's pooping pink. I think everything's fine.
Let me tell you a brief story real quick. Just a real quick story. So...
Is it about poop?
It's related. So...
Okay.
My brother, first time we moved out of the house, and we had this gorgeous loft in a terrible part of town. He'd come home from his work every day with a Pizza Hut pizza because you move out of the house and all you want. I mean, it's like Candyland. Like you get to do all the things that you wanted to do, but your parents would shame you and browbeat you into not doing. So he came back we come home from work every day with a whole pizza, medium pizza, just for himself. Just proud as he could be he would carry it upstairs to his room, smiling brightly, carry it up to his room, eat the pizza, play video games. That's what he did every day. Made me a little jealous because he never really shared the pizza. He'd just carry it up to his room. So one day he comes to me like very serious. And he's like, Nick, I think I've got like a real problem. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's wrong? He's like, I think I'm bleeding. And I'm like, what do you mean you're bleeding? And he's like, yeah, God, I think I'm pooping blood, man. I'm pooping blood. And I'm like, oh, you've got to go to a doctor. He's like, I don't have insurance. I'm like, oh my God. That's like the one thing you can't do. You can't poop blood. Like you can't, there's a lot of things that you can't do and you cannot. He's like, I don't know. Okay. And then so like he's just sick over it and he stops eating like bad stuff. So he comes home and he's like, it's the first day I see him. He's not carrying a Pizza Hut pizza home. And I'm like, man, are you really that sick? He's like, man, I'm just, everything's making me nervous. I just don't feel like I'm just not hungry. I'm like, all right, man, well, you got to eat something. And so, he eats other things other than pizza. And that goes on for 2 or 3 days. And then one day he comes back. It's like, I think I know the answer, Nick, because it's gone. It's over. I'm like, oh man, maybe it was just like a 72-hour thing. He's like, no, man, I think it's the dye in the pizza sauce. And it was. It was the dye in the pizza sauce.
My God.
Red.
Wow. So he was freaking out.
And he was eating so much of it. It was turning his poop
Interesting.
red. A little poop fact for you guys in cereal.
We just went from Frankenberry stool to Pizza Hut poop.
Yeah. So Frankenberry came out, 1971, 1972?
1971, yeah. And then 1972 is when they realized that pigment was making everyone's poop pink. Gross.
Oh, man, gross.
Then in 1972, they come out with Blueberry.
Blueberry. Man.
Yeah, that one is actually pretty solid.
It's pretty good. Here's the thing about Blueberry. I feel like that Blueberry went out of favor or they stopped making it for a while. And the only place that I could get it was Odd Lots. I had to go to discount Odd Lots or Big Lots in order to get the Blueberry. And once we made that discovery in high school. Once we made that discovery, it was like that was all we would do. We would get Blueberry Crunch, we get Blue Faygo, and Chicken-in-a-Biscuit, which is the oddest biscuit.
Oh God, I love Chicken-in-a-Biscuit.
The oddest kind of flavor of biscuit or cracker that you can get. But I was all about some Chicken-in-a-Biscuit. And that was our meals. I can't believe that my skin or poop or anything didn't turn blue from all of those things.
So Blueberry is a blueberry cereal with the blueberry marshmallows, which I like because there's not a lot of blueberry cereals out there.
No, it's an odd flavor. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of, like nowadays there's some like of the healthier cereals have like dried blueberries in them, but like there's no blueberry flavored cereal.
Exactly. It's a tough one. I mean, I don't think that's a super popular flavor to do. Mm-hmm. So I think they just try to use it sparingly because there's the blueberry muffin tops by Malto Meal, which I would expect to be awesome because it's like cinnamon toast crunch, but blueberry muffin flavor, but it just kind of falls short. But Blueberry is good. Yeah. The voice of Blueberry is a Peter Lorre spoof.
Oh, interesting.
Which is a great voice.
Hello, my name is Boo. Let me finish. Blueberry.
He's like the little Igor guy who's like, oh, okay, boss. Oh, yeah.
You're doing solid impressions right now, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And he's got like the bug eyes. My father-in-law loves Peter Lorre. Little side note. Hey, Jimbo, when you discover podcasts, you just got to shout out, bro. So those are the three that are still in circulation. Now the two, I didn't even know about Fruit Brute. It's a good call that you knew it was a werewolf.
Yeah.
So 1974 to 1982, they made Fruit Brute, which was a werewolf and it had fruit flavored cereal and lime flavored marshmallows.
That probably was so good. That probably was so dope.
This just sounds weird. Lime flavor?
I mean, they're trying everything. You know who doesn't have any kind of flavor in their marshmallows? Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms has no flavor in their marshmallows. It is just pure sugar. Let's change it up, man. Let's get some lime in there. Let's get some citrus going. Let's change the game with some citrus.
They rolled it out for 8 years. Then they relaunched it in 2013 with cherry-flavored cereal. So cherry limeade, I guess is what they're going for. I like the idea of fruit-flavored cereal. I always love the idea of, like, quote, fruit-flavored. Like, it's just sort of like this sweet, homogenized, like, assortment of flavor.
Yeah.
It's like it's orange, but it's not the potent orange, basically.
It doesn't taste like the actual fruit. It just kind of suggests and reminds you of the fruit.
It's like in the future when there's no more farming, because it's like Interstellar, and they're like, oh, fruit gum. This is what fruit must have tasted like.
Right.
Why wouldn't kids eat their fruit? It's so good. Then in 1987, they rolled out Fruity Yummy Mummy, fruit cereal with vanilla marshmallows. Okay. Which I feel like vanilla marshmallows is kind of a basic flavor, right?
Yeah, I mean, so maybe not. Maybe if it tastes like actual like vanilla instead of just bland, instead of just like sugar, it's so that's a little bit different. It might give like a fruit cream kind of flavor.
Exactly, yeah. So that they took that one out of circulation in 1992. But so it looks like in 2013 they tried to push all these back in, and it had orange cream cereal. Oh. Which sounds terrible to me.
What are you talking about? Orange cream is one of the best flavors that's ever been invented.
Oh my God. How are we even not just friends, but how do we even talk to each other?
Orange cream?
Oh God.
Orange cream makes me talk smooth like this because that's how I feel about orange cream. I feel special inside when I talk about orange cream.
So you like those drinks at the Varsity?
Oh God, no, nothing at the Varsity is edible. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Because don't they have like orange dream shakes?
Yeah, sure, but nothing at the Varsity. No, I tip to the kids there going to Atlanta, and somebody from Atlanta tells you to go to the Varsity. They're playing a prank on you. Don't go. It's going to make you sick.
I mean, I feel like people go to the Varsity simply because like people just go there.
Oh, yeah. There's two reasons to go to the Varsity. One, you have lived in Atlanta your whole life. You are 45 to 50 to, you're up in age. I wouldn't even say 45. I would say that you're 60 to 80 years old. And that's just something you did as a kid, and you went to the Varsity, and you still go because you've built up an immunity. You've built up like a steel construction of body. And that's how that you're able to stomach that thing. If you run into a person from Atlanta that's younger than 45 that tells you to go to the Varsity, that's what Atlanta people do to play pranks on tourists. It was like, yeah, why don't you go to the Varsity and then ruin your weekend in Atlanta because you'll be sitting in the bathroom with the green apple splatters.
And then we'll check out Underground. It's pretty cool.
Right, exactly.
Got a little regional there for the audience. But apparently these cereals were made year round back in the day. Since 2010, they're only made. So not only are they only available during the autumn / Halloween season, they're not even made or sold at any other time.
Really?
So there's got to be some I'm thinking Quonset Hut in Ohio that they shut down. It's like the bunker from Pineapple Express, where they just don't do anything for like 7-8 months. And then I'm imagining like they come in and they have like that huge like power handle like they have on an old electric chair. And like this dude in a hard hat comes in, he's like, and then all the lights flicker on and the machinery is like, and then they start making the holidays or the Halloween cereals.
Time to make the chocolate again.
That's hey, can I get on Booberry again? Get back in your station, Mike.
You got knocked down to Yummy Mummy.
And then at the end, when they wrap it all up, it's sort of like everyone's like, oh, thank God, because we just worked, 20-hour shifts for the last 3 months, and they shut it down. And it's just like the last guy turns out the lights and he looks around. He's like, see you next year, guys. And then the more you know, boom, 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 flies by with Katy Perry on it.
Why Katy Perry?
I don't know, because remember in the Super Bowl, she was riding that The More You Know star?
That's right.
And someone made this GIF. God, it was just so good. You know, there are some really talented people out there that make these incredible GIFs that I'm just like, how did you come up with that? You know, Christopher Nolan can come up with these incredible, deep, complex movies with just a concept I could never even think of if I tried. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's a guy sitting on Reddit for 18 hours a day just knocking out GIF after GIF after GIF, and it's gold. This is an amazing world we live in with an amazing time to be alive.
It's an amazing time to be alive.
Do you still enjoy your monster cereals, or are you sort of kind of off that wagon?
Here's the thing is like now we're talking about it. Like I said with Lucky Charms, it's one of those cereals you feel sort of shamed for buying as an adult. But then you tell me that they're only available at Halloween and in the autumn. Like, how am I not going to buy that? I mean, that almost gives it credibility. Where it's like I can only eat this Frankenberry, when it's October. So I'm going to capitalize on my opportunities. I'm going to eat this cereal because it's October.
I hear you, man. I mean, there's a seasonality thing to it that there's like it's like a pumpkin spice latte, dude. Mm-hmm. Don't care. I don't care. I'm a 34-year-old man. I'm getting a pumpkin spice latte. Say what you want. I can only get it for 2.5 months or whatever. And I'm going to have one. And then I have one and I'm like, whew, I got to go to the dentist. This thing is like brutal. There is definitely, now I will say I did buy Count Chocula this year and there is a shame factor. And I think part of it is because it's gone from, so it used to have like kind of that, it wasn't the Rocky and Bullwinkle guy, but it had like that Rocky and Bullwinkle type art on it. Mm-hmm. And then it had like kind of a little more lifelike, but now it's like full bleed, straight up cartoon on the box, like pow. And then Count Chocula's head is like, 3/4 of the box. And it's a straight up cartoon, a 2D cartoon. And it's like, I might as well be buying like toys at this point. It's like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, Count Chocula. Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, you buy condoms next to it and be like, I'm actually a real adult too. Don't worry about it.
My God.
You buy condoms in like bran. It's just like a bushel. I don't know how bran comes. You just put like a bushel of bran next to it, next to this. It was like, I'm a grown up. I'm an adult too, whatever.
The Count Chocula shame. It's rough, man. It's and then, but here's the thing. So imagine, so we don't have kids. So you have that like, oh my God, this is a grown man buying Count Chocula for himself. Mm-hmm. But then flip that around. Mm. What if you're a parent, you got 4 friggin' kids with you in the grocery store who are wild animals, and then you're pumping them full of Frankenberry? I mean, like Frankenberry, I feel like these are cereals you just can't win, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not a parent, so I don't know.
But we have dogs, so we pretty much know what's going on.
Pretty much the same.
Yep.
I would imagine that you pump the kids full of sugar only so that they go into the coma. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the secret, is that you're gambling. You're playing a game. Yep. And the game is that you deal with 15 minutes of hyperactivity so that these kids can crash, and then you get just some freaking peace and quiet just for a second.
You're bringing them up so you can bring them down. Exactly. That's an interesting and somewhat disturbing concept. It's pretty sharp.
About the parental manipulation, parental child manipulation? Yeah, for sure.
That's sort of like the modern version of spiking their bottle so that they'll sleep, or like rubbing booze on their gums when they're teething.
Exactly. We know so much about sugar and nutrition. We are a society that knows a lot about this stuff. Why are we still doing the bad things? It's because we're hoping for the sugar coma.
Mm-hmm. You make a good point. I love how we just we have all this knowledge, but when it comes to cereal, we're just throwing caution into the wind.
Right.
I mean, you can literally walk down a standard cereal aisle and you'll have everything from essentially tree bark. What is the cereal that looks like rabbit feed? Is that all bran?
Like Kashi?
Yeah, it looks like Kashi. I think it was all bran. They're like,
all bran too.
They're like twigs.
Yeah, all bran.
I mean, yeah, you literally have a cereal that looks like tree wood to a cereal that literally has candy in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything in between.
And somehow, like, at the end of the commercials, when the commercial is like part of a balanced breakfast, and you see like this bowl of cereal with like toast and orange juice and fruit, and like basically everything around it is also, if you took the cereal out, would also be a balanced breakfast and would be healthier. Like you're just adding in this like candy element into this already balanced breakfast. Like somehow we see it, we're like, oh, it's part of a balanced breakfast. It's good for you. It could be good for you, right? It's got whole grain. It's good for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's the brownie of your Jenny Craig meal. You know, it's like, oh, this is healthy. It's like if you take the brownie out, it's still a healthy dinner.
Right.
Yeah, it's brutal. Well, you know, the whole concept, I mean, also cereal is like just fortified to death too. So, I mean, it is an interesting concept that we're eating this thing that really isn't that great for you. Mm-hmm. It's pumped with like, I'm not going to say artificial, but like I don't know. I feel like fortification, and by all means, I got through science by the skin of my teeth. I mean, literally barely got out of science in high school, and thank God I didn't have to do it in college. But I mean, what do
you think I got out of the jet propulsion lab?
No, but I mean, I just feel like fortification, it just doesn't feel like, I don't know, like natural, or like, I don't know, it's like a vitamin. It just feels like, man, I could just also just eat right. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm choosing to not be healthy.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know, it just feels weird. It's like, if I just ate right, it's almost like, you know, the strength of the vitamin C from an orange, I guess, seems like it would be better than vitamin C from my men's gummy vitamin that I forget to take every day.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact that we continue to eat this breakfast that is basically just like pumped full of stuff, but God, it's so good.
It's so good. Well, yeah,
it's just,
that's the greatest thing about capitalism is that the corporations have learned that they can chemically engineer things so that we want more. And man, they do such a great job. They do such a good job, man.
It's just delicious, and it's just it's so compact. Yeah. I can sit down at my table. I can go on my iPad. I can have my cereal. You know, it's a one-handed deal. There's no crumbs. I don't spill that much. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the way to go. Yeah. It's the way to go. Yeah. Love that cereal.
Oh man.
So we got our monster cereals covered.
Man, I want to get a bowl of fruit right now. I want to taste that cherry lemonade.
You good luck, buddy, because you're going to be getting a pretty old ass box of fruit. Let me ask you this: give me a monster that deserves its own cereal.
Oh man, I mean, immediately what comes to mind is Creature of the Black Lagoon.
My God! Yes. It's exactly what I was thinking. And you can put the same chemical in it that's in the Halloween Whopper.
Yeah.
And then your poop is green.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Great.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah. So you've got, what's the flavor of the cereal?
So I feel like that it's probably got to be, I mean, it needs to have like a tar kind of feel to it, like a swamp kind of feel. So it's got to be like a Kelly Green or a chocolate. So
okay.
I'm thinking it's got to be chocolate, but what's going to give you that Black Lagoon flavor?
What if it's like, this would be gross. I'm giving you that. But you know what would be perfect? Black licorice flavor. I mean, that would be perfect.
It would be perfect,
that
so
would be perfect because
that's
what a Black Lagoon probably tastes like. You could
black licorice would be the perfect, and it would turn the milk that color too. Oh, perfect, but it's so gross.
You could do like maybe a dark chocolate or like a mocha flavor, maybe like a coffee chocolatey kind of thing.
Maybe not a coffee, but definitely like a dark chocolate. Maybe that would be interesting instead of like the milk chocolate, which is what like hot chocolate tastes like. If you had like a dark chocolate cereal, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 72% cacao or better.
Oh, well, why not just throw the chocolate pieces in there? Why not?
Oh, dude, just take it easy, man.
Just chocolate. It's chocolate oats. It's like Count Chocula Puff Oats. And then just throw the chunks of chocolate in there, just like the Crave cereal or whatever. Just throw the chocolate in, whatever.
And then now, the creature from the Black Lagoon, is there like some kind of nuclear waste involved?
No, I don't think so. I think you're thinking of either the Toxic Avenger or Swamp Thing.
I'm probably thinking of both. The Toxic Avenger, he's gross, but he still gets the girl, right?
Yeah, he does.
So what is the marshmallow then from Creature from the Black Lagoon?
I'm thinking that we skip the marshmallow entirely and just go
straight candy.
Straight chocolate. Just straight chocolate. Just chunks of chocolate.
Well, it's got the antioxidants.
Yeah.
I mean, it's healthy. It's good for you.
It's good for you. It's part of a balanced breakfast.
That's right. I'm drinking this red wine because it's good for my heart. Paul, it's 9:45 in the morning. This is grape juice. What are you talking about? It's table wine. Come on.
Come on.
Give me a break, officer.
There's got to be another monster, though. What other monsters deserve?
I feel like they probably did a Toxic Avengers cereal.
Oh, sure. Trauma had to have capitalized on that. I remember there being a cartoon for a while, so there's probably a Toxic Avenger cereal.
Yep, there was a cartoon. Let's see. So we've got Creature from the Black Lagoon. They've got... What about the Blob cereal? The blobs could be the pink marshmallow blobs.
Yeah, true.
Oh, and the cereal are little stick people.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's the blob. Didn't they remake that like in the 80s or something?
The Blob?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or was it originally from the... Because I know there was like a black and white one, but I know there was like a color one.
No, there's a black and white one from like the 50s, and then, I think they remade it for the 80s.
So some VHS that I had as a kid had the Blob trailer like in front of it, and it used to freak me out because the Blob came up from the sink drain in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And that like just tormented my brain for like 5 years as a young child. I was like, I don't know what this thing is, but it's creeping me out. So you could do the Blob cereal. That would be good.
Yeah.
So you got Frankenstein, you got a ghost, you got a vampire, you got a werewolf.
Yeah.
Mummies. I think that's pretty much it.
Maybe throw in some Slimer from Ghostbusters, but they already have that cereal.
So it was Ghostbuster cereal, not Slimer cereal?
There was two. There's the Ghostbuster cereal for the first movie, and then when Slimer was like a thing for the second movie, they added the Slimer marshmallows.
At some point, Slimer became one of the good guys, right?
Yeah, he was on their team. He was helping them capture his own kind. He was like a traitor.
Oh, God. What a bastard. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So I've been subjected to the Curious George cartoons.
Okay.
The new ones. And George doesn't really talk. He's just like, bear, 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 bear. I feel like this was Slimer. Did Slimer like didn't really speak English? He just sort of made noises.
He was like a dumber Snarf from Thundercats.
Nailed it. God, we just need a gross Snarf. Slimer.
we just need a really gross Snarf.
Monster cereals.
What, there's got to be one more. There's got to be one more monster cereal that we could do.
Let me really put this thing to the test here.
Let's go. Come on.
You got Bride of Frankenstein. I mean, that could be like a cool spin-off.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Little Mrs. Frankenberry.
What about a Lady Vampire? What about like a Twilight cereal? Did they do a Twilight cereal?
If they didn't, that would have been a waste.
That is a miss right there. Yeah. That is a miss.
They did. They missed it.
They could have done Edward cereal, and they could have done whoever the other guy was. Jacob? God, I hate myself. They could have had Edward cereal, Jacob cereal, because there you've got Fruit Brute and you've got Count Chocula. Bam. And then you pick your... Didn't they have like people picked a side? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. We got to get that hot tub time machine going, because this has got... I mean, we could have made $200,000. I mean, there is some money to be made here. There's no zombie cereal.
Oh, that's what we need. We need the zombie cereal. Zombie cereal, I feel like, is it's got to be like puffs that you break apart, and it's like red on the it's like one color on the outside, you break apart, and it's like it's bleeding all over the place on the inside.
It's Crave.
Yeah, it's Crave. It's Crave, but with it's Crave essentially. It's just Crave. Which, by the way, is a horribly disgusting looking cereal anyway, that with the cannibals, Crave the Cannibal.
Or they're like the cereal pretends to It's like they tricked the chocolate.
So that's why it's a perfect zombie cereal. That's already set up.
I just can't I can't believe there isn't a zombie cereal. So you've got Crave. So you've got zombie shaped cereal with a red filling. Do you have marshmallows? Are the marshmallows brains?
It's brains.
Yeah.
Marshmallows are brains.
You got to go. So we're going classic, like Night of the Living Dead, Romero zombies.
Yeah, for sure.
Not fast zombies.
No, not some Resident Evil 28 Days Later.
Yeah, so Walking Dead zombies, those aren't fast zombies, right?
Yeah, they're slow moving.
Zombie cereal, General Mills, get on that trend.
Wait, is there a Walking Dead cereal?
But I think by the time you could get that through R&D and production, maybe it would be over. Now you're the TV guy. Is Walking Dead like on its way out?
Nope, we're stuck with that show forever. So this has been the Super Serial Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, go ahead and do that on iTunes or on Stitcher or on Google Play Music. If you want to give us a rating in iTunes, that'd be cool. I mean, do you, but, help us out. You can also find us on Facebook and on Twitter, Instagram, and on Tumblr. Usually as a Super Serial Podcast, but on Twitter, we're Super Serial Pod. Also, we're on SoundCloud if you want to listen to us there. So, yeah.
The Monster cereals, you remember, mark your calendars. It's a limited edition. I wonder if you can get the Monster cereal out of season and what the markup is. Are we talking Count Chocula retails for $2.99 at my local Target? Are people charging, I don't know, $5 or $10 on eBay or Craigslist for a Count Chocula in May?
Probably a decent market out there for it.
For the unprepared types.
Yeah.
As Nick said, this has been Monster Cereal. I'm Paul.
And I'm Nick.
And this has been Cereal.
Cereal.